Hello, everybody. I'm Melissa, and welcome back to Book Bar, and welcome to another Trope Tuesday recommendation video. Today, I'm going to be recommending single parent romances. These are all just single parent. They are not single parent nanny. Also, if you have any recommendations for single mom nanny, whether it be a sapphic romance or a male-female romance, I don't care. I want more single mom nannies because I feel like the only one I've ever heard of is Rafe by Rebecca Weatherspoon. I've never heard of another one. So let me know, because I want to read some more single mom nanny. I read a lot of single dad nanny, but I want some single mom nannies. But that's not what this video is about. But I do want some of those because that might be a video coming up in the future. But this is just single parent romances where the love interest and the child form a bond as well, possibly. Or it's just they're a single parent, and that is a part of why they don't want to be in a relationship. But yeah, so the first book that we have is The Notorious Lord Knightley by Lorraine Heath. This follows Regina and Lord Knightley. I read this for a vlog where I read historical romances. I'll have that all linked above. And Regina, you learn, is a single mom, and the bond that Lord Knightley forms with her daughter is just absolutely adorable, and she's trying to find a husband so that her daughter can have a better life, because her daughter is a bastard child. So she wants the world, like she wants her child to have a better life than she had, because Regina was the bastard of the Duke, I think, or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but his mistress was her mom. And so she wants her daughter to have a little bit better life than she had. So yeah, that is book number one. Then book number two is Sable by Devney Perry. Devney Perry actually writes a lot of single parent romances. There's 3 books in this series alone, but Sable is one that I feel like doesn't get recommended a lot. You see a lot of Juniper Hill, but Sable is the final book in the Eden series, and this follows Mateo and Vera. And Mateo is obviously a single dad. You get the end of, I think, the epilogue of the book before this, that he is going to be a dad. And then you learn what happened to his daughter's mom in this one, and Vera forms a bond with his daughter, and it's just absolutely adorable, and I loved it so much. His daughter loves the doorbell sound, and so every time Vera goes over, she rings the doorbell, no matter what. Nobody else does. Everybody else just walks in because it's at their parents' house. Everybody just walks on in, but she always rings the doorbell because she knows how much Mateo's daughter loves it. So yeah, it was adorable. So cute. And not a book that gets recommended a lot. I feel like a lot of people don't love this one. I love it. I think it's so good. So yeah. Then next up we have Saving Rain by Kelsey. I didn't write the author's last name down. I don't know why. But this follows Rain and Soldier. And this is actually all told from Soldier's perspective, except for one chapter. And Soldier is a very large man, and he ends up going to prison for something. He accidentally kills someone with some drugs. So there's a lot of illegal drug use and things. So he goes to prison for 10 years, and then he gets out on good behavior, because he was a model prisoner basically, and he moves to this small town, and he ends up living next door to this girl that he had actually saved from being essayed, and she is actually a single mom because some stuff happened, and so she's a single mom, and they live next door to each other, and it is adorable. I loved it. I gave 5 stars when I read it, and I feel like I don't recommend it a lot because it's not really a book that sticks with me. So I don't it didn't stick with me the way some others. So it wasn't a favorite of the year, but it was still really good, and I definitely think you should read it. Then we have The Worst Kept Secret by QB Tyler. This is Theo and Avery, and Avery is best friends with Theo's son. And Theo's son might have a little bit of a thing for Avery. They've been best friends since they were 15. And he is the dad next door. She is 22 when things happen between them, or 21. She's over 18. It doesn't matter. She's in her 20s. But she decides that she wants Theo. Like, she doesn't want his son. She wants Theo. So, you know, they sneak around and things go from there. I loved it. I had a great time with it. And I still need to read the, like, novella from this book, but from this series, but I had a great time with this one. And, yeah, I mean, single dad, because his son, he's not, like, the traditional single dad, because his kid's older, but his kids are older. But, yeah, he's still a single dad, so that counts. Then we have Second Down Darling by Lex Martin. This is the 4th book in the Varsity Dad series. You could read it as a standalone. But this follows Charlie and Jake. And Jake is new to the, I can't think of what the school is. Whatever the school that they live in or go to. He's new on the team. And he has a transfer. And Charlie and Jake actually have a little bit of a history. They were best friends in high school. And Charlie's sister is awful. Like, she is truly just an awful, awful human. And she slept with Jake. Even though she knew Charlie had a crush on him. She slept with him and got pregnant. And so she had a baby with Jake. And she then decided that she didn't want to be a mom. And so she kind of left the situation. So Jake transferred schools because he was like, I need a fresh start. I need to start over. So I need a better life for my son. So he moves to wherever the school is. I can't think of what it's called. And there he sees Charlie again. And things go from there. She wants a relationship with her nephew because she was really close to him, like, for the first year of his life. And then she was just like, she pieced out because she needed to for her own mental health. And yeah, things go from there, and it was adorable. There's fun animals in that one, and of course, Jake's a single father. Then we have After the Storm by Laura Pavlov. This is Presley and Cage, and it is a second chance romance, and it is so adorable. It has my favorite microtrope. It has Tattoo for You. But Cage is a single father for, I think her name's Gracie. I could be wrong. But he's a single dad, and him and Presley were kind of high school sweethearts. She would come to this town like every summer, and Cotton Cove every summer. And so, like, things go, like, they were together, and then she moved to New York to, like, live, to go to law school and do all these things. And so they kind of broke up, and he ended up getting someone pregnant, and she got married. So now she is back in Cottonwood Cove because her dad is sick and she wants to help take care of him. So, and she knows that she needs to just see Cage, get it out of the way, do the thing. So she goes and sees him, and they don't have a great first, like, re-meet. And then she goes back to his house and she meets Cage's daughter, and she says some adorable things. It was so good. I loved this one so much. And, like, the way that Presley protected Gracie like she was her own, and I just loved it. So that's the next one. Then we have Beyond the Thistles by Samantha Young. This follows Walker and Sloan. And Sloan was a teenage mom. She kind of got disowned by her father. And she gets into a situation with her ex and has to flee the country. And so she goes to Scotland, and there she's working as a maid, and she meets Walker, who is a bodyguard at Ardnock. And there's some suspense aspects, and Walker protects Sloan and her daughter. And yeah, it was fantastic. He is, like, super stoic and grumpy, but he loves her. Sloan bakes, and he loves her baking cakes, cookies, whatever. He loves them. And so yeah, things go from there, and it was fantastic. I loved it. Next is Technical by Alexandria House, and this is this is probably one of my favorite meet cutes ever. So Stevie is delivering food to Drayvion's house, and she is very pregnant, and some stuff might happen, and she might go into labor at his house, and things go from there between Drayvion and Stevie. So obviously Stevie is a single mom, very young, very new single mom. And Dravion just wants to shower her with all of the gifts and all of the things. And yeah, it was fantastic. Black love, loved it. Then we have Hookshot by Kennedy Ryan. I love Kennedy Ryan. She's another one that writes quite a few like single parent romances, but Hookshot is one of my favorites. It is the third book in the Hoop series. You could read them all as standalones. You do see the characters in previous books, but this follows Keenan and Lotus, and Keenan is a single dad. His daughter is in high school, or like she's early teens, and his ex-wife is awful and just wants him for his money. And the third act conflict made so much sense because you understood why Lotus did what she had to do. But yeah, it was fantastic. Loved it. Then the last book I have to recommend is Forbidden by Karla Sorensen. This is the fourth book in the Ward Sisters series. This is a MMA fighter and a girl who works at a gym, Isabel Ward, and she had a poster of Aiden on her wall when she was young, which is another one of my like favorite microtropes. And she's working at this gym, and Aiden ends up becoming the new owner, and he is convinced to keep Isabel on, and he is a single dad, and her relationship with Aiden's daughter was just adorable, and it is age gap, and he didn't want anything to happen for a while, but like, you know, you couldn't deny the chemistry. So yeah, it was fantastic. I actually really enjoyed all of the Ward Sisters books, but that one is the only single parent. So yeah, those are my 10 books. Now for the 4 on my TBR. Again, I tried to keep it just single parent, not nanny. So yeah, the first one is 1% of You by Michelle Gross. I've had this one on my TBR for a while, but I know that she's a single mom and she's pregnant, so it's also not his baby. So I will have to get to that one eventually. Then we have P.S. You're Intolerable by Julia Wolf. And this one, again, I think she's a very new mom because she's pregnant when she works for this guy, and then she goes on maternity leave and things go from there. So then I have Tattered by Devney Perry. Again, said she writes a lot of single parent. I believe this one is Second Chance with the, like, it's also Secret Baby. So yes. Then You and Me by Tal Bauer. This is a male-male romance, and I believe they're both single parents. And one of them's like a bi-awakening, I believe. So yeah, that is my single parent romance recommendations. What are some of your favorite single parent romances? And again, if you have any single mom nanny, let me know in the comments. And if you made it to the end of this video, leave me the little like family emoji, or one parent and a kid, like whether it's the mom and the kid or the dad and the kid. Leave me that one. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really helps me out, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye.